Good morning, how are you today? I hope you enjoyed yesterday's workout. Any questions? Just drop me a line here on Facebook or on my email address, which is mel.collie@live.co.uk, and I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, so we're going to start off just by warming up a little bit. Come onto the hands and knees and start with some cat stretches. So tuck your tailbone under, lift the heart up towards the ceiling, between the shoulder blades, looking towards the thighs, and then slowly drop the heart towards the ground, looking in front of you. Spread the fingers wide, lengthening through the tailbone. Reverse it, come back the other way, heart towards the ceiling, dropping the head, and then slowly taking it back. Feel the rippling effect through the spine, shoulders stay sliding down your back. 2 more rolling through. Feel the space you're creating between the vertebrae as you lengthen through. Just imagine you're just creating space between each vertebrae down the spine. Your last one. Dropping the heart towards the floor. And then tuck the toes under, come into pike. Pushing the heels down towards the floor, opening up the back of the legs. Shoulders away from the ears, and just bend the knees down about halfway. Lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling as you lengthen the spine, and then straighten the legs. Heels are aiming towards the floor. Spread the fingers wide. Have the weight evenly pressed throughout the hands. And then slowly start to shift the weight forwards as you bring your right knee in. Grab hold of it if you need to. Hands to the floor. Lift the head slightly, lengthen through the crown of the head. Long spine. Get your hair out of the way. And then push through the heel on that back leg, keeping that back leg strong. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Keep breathing. And then take that foot back to where it was, into downward dog or pike. Heels towards the floor, and then start to shift the weight forward, and then bring the other leg in. Help it if you need to. Lengthening through the crown of the head, and again pushing through the back heel. Opening up the back of the leg. Sliding the shoulders down your back. And then release that foot back. Last time, into pike. Heels towards the floor. And breathe. And then slowly start to shift the weight forward. Come into that plank position as you slide your shoulders back. Drop the knees down towards the floor one at a time. Bring the toes together, knees away from each other. Go back into child's pose. Now if your head doesn't reach the floor in child's pose, make your fists with the hands and stack them on top of each other, and let your forehead just rest on your hands. This helps release the shoulders, open up the back. And then slowly start to slide yourself forward, come onto your front, rest your forehead on your hands, reach around, grab hold of one foot, stretching out the quads at the front of the thigh. And allow your hips to press into the floor. And just gently press your foot back into your hand. Stop pressing, but increase the stretch. Allow the heel to come closer towards your glutes. Trying to keep those hips down on the floor. Squeeze the glutes, tucking the tailbone underneath you so the pelvic bone touches the mat. And you feel the stretch down the front of your thigh. Opening up the hip, and release, change sides. Reaching round. Now if you can't grab hold of your foot, if you have a rolled up towel nearby, you can wrap around the towel around your ankle to pull that closer. Or if you've got a resistance band, use a resistance band. Or if you're wearing trousers, if you're wearing jogging bottoms that are a bit longer, or if you've got your pyjamas on, your pyjama bottoms, grab hold of those and pull them your foot towards you. And gently press your foot back into your hand without arching your back, keeping that pelvic bone down, tucking under, squeezing the glutes. Stop pressing your foot into your hand, increase the stretch a bit further, keep breathing, relax your shoulders, and then release. Roll over onto your back. Bend your knees, have your feet and knees in line with your hip bones, and roll yourself up into that shoulder bridge position. Lengthen through the knees, make sure the knees don't fall away from each other or come together. Just keep them about a foot away from each other. Squeezing the glutes slightly, soften the ribs, and just slowly peel one heel off the floor. And release it, change sides. Do 2 more on each side. Suck the shoulders back into the mat, ribs stay soft, glutes are together, hips level. We've done about 3 on each side. Roll yourself down through the spine, curling down, lengthen through your sit bones, the spine stays long, relax your toes. Hi, let's go again, rolling yourself up. Make sure the chin isn't dropping back, keeping it gently tucked in so the back of the neck stays long. Now if you can keep your hips level without overarching the back, we're going to take it a bit further. Rather than just peeling the heel, float the whole foot off the floor and then take it back down, other side. If you're happy with just a heel lift, that's fine. It's your workout, you work to your level. So we're on the second one, watching your form all the time. Last one. Lovely shoulders. Happy? Excellent, good work. Use those glutes, stabilise your pelvis, and then roll yourself down. Oh, long sit bones, lovely. And last time, ready? Roll it through. If you want to make it a little bit trickier, the hands can come up towards the ceiling, a little bit more challenging so you're not holding on and grabbing onto the mat for dear life. Here we go again. 3 on each side. Stay with that heel lift, remember, if you want to. What's your chin doing? Making sure it's level and not dropping back. Last one. Woohoo! Excellent. Squeeze the glutes and then roll yourself back down through that spine. Lovely. Straighten the legs, take the arms overhead. Okay, lengthen through your heels, arms towards the ceiling, lift the head and shoulders. Think about where your breastbone is. Imagine an arc or a rainbow coming from the breastbone all the way up towards your feet. Lift and come up over that arc as you keep lifting, looking over the arc, reaching over towards the end of the rainbow towards your feet and then rolling back down. Sliding your shoulders down your back, lengthening your legs away from you, opening up the hips and the arms reach overhead. Lifting the head and shoulders, lifting up over that arc, top of the body, lifting, lifting, lifting and reaching over. Lovely. And then rolling back down, dropping the shoulders through the spine. Slow, slow, slow. And arms reach back overhead. Now if you find this quite tricky, just bend your knees and use your hands to help you, to assist you to come back up if you want to. Or just roll down halfway. So you don't have to go all the way to the floor, just roll down halfway and then come back up again. Okay, we're going to do one more. We're going to roll down. How can we get down there? We're going to stay there. Lovely, bring the arms around to your side. Roll over onto your side. Come over onto your elbow. Bend the knees. Now you can either stay with your knees bent, if you want to make it more challenging, straighten the legs, top leg in front as you go into a side bend. Lifting the hips, taking the arm up towards the ceiling, lengthen through the crown of the head, long spine. Lovely, keep breathing. Now roll yourself onto your front, onto your elbows. The feet will just sort themselves out. You come into that plank position, dip the right hip towards the floor and then change sides. Left hip, 4 more on each side. You're doing 5 in total on each side. Your knees are an option. Keep the head in line with the spine. Come back back to that plank position. I'm going to turn my back on you now because I'm going to roll over onto the other side. Hand towards the ceiling. Bending your knees is the option if you want to. Having the feet and the knees stacked. Lengthen through the crown of the head so the spine stays long. Lifting those hips up off the floor. Long legs if you're going for a more challenging option. Slide your ribs down towards your hips. Holding it steady. And then coming round back onto those elbows. On your toes into that plank position. Knees are your option. Coming back to those hip dips. Side to side. 5 on each side. 2 more. Keep breathing. Hold it steady. Come up into that pike position as we did in the warm-up, and then come back into plank. And again, up you go into pike, heels towards the floor, come back into plank, and again lift and lower. We can do 2 more. Rest if you need to, guys. It's a challenge, you can do it. Last one. Bring the knees to the floor, heels, feet together, knees out, child's pose. Well done. Good work. Reaching the arms forward, slide your shoulders down your back. Oh, and then slowly roll yourself up. Oh. I can't remember what I'm going to do next. Oh yes, we're going to do one more. You're going to come over onto your hands and knees. Okay, so I want to imagine that you've got a post like a broom handle that is on your back. So you're going to be on all fours, and I want you to imagine that that post is touching your sacrum, touching the heart line, around the middle of the back, ladies, your bra line, and the back of the head. So the head doesn't drop and the back doesn't drop. Okay, so hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, 90 degrees. Slide your right arm forward and your left leg back. Float them off the floor at the same time. Lovely. Come back down, touch the floor, and again lift. 3 more. Trick is not to move the body at all. Keeping it steady, keep the hips level, shoulders away from the ears. Hold it steady here, now take them out to the side, come back in, 4 times. 2 more. Keep the arm the same height and the leg the same height, don't let them drop. Come back to centre and release. Change sides. Try not to shift the weight from side to side, keep it centred. Float them off the floor and slowly come back down and lift, keeping that length in the crown of your head. Remember, as if someone's playing tug of war with your spine. Last 2. Lifting your heart towards the ceiling. Holding it steady. Take the arm and the leg out to the side. And then come back in. Don't have to go very far. Keep it nice and controlled. One side might be harder than the other. Hips stay level. Abs are strong. Last one. And release them down. Taking the hands a little bit wider. Come down onto your front. And we'll go into swan dive or cobra, as it's known as well. Elbows down towards your waist. Lengthen through the crown of the head so there's no tension in the back of the neck. And start to lift the heart off the floor and just start to lift the heart higher as you look in front of you, opening up the chest and the collarbone, shoulders melting down your back, lifting from your hip bones. Lengthen the legs long behind you and then slowly roll yourself down, elbows to the floor, chest starts to follow. And again, lengthen through the crown of the head as if you're just watching something crawling away underneath you, like a little ant or something like that, or a marble, pushing away from you, lifting from your hips, lengthen through your legs, and slowly rolling back down. We're going to do 2 more. So imagine my hand is on your back, you're lifting from above my hand, so above the heart line. Lovely movement for your thoracic spine, which is from the navel upwards, towards the base of the neck. Beautiful. Coming back down, elbows first, followed by the rest of you. And last one, shoulders down. Fix those shoulders down as you lift. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Keep breathing. This time we're going to hold it here, turn the head to the right hand side, and then come back to centre to the other side. And come back to centre, and again turn to centre and other side. One more on each side, lifting from those hip bones. Coming back to centre, elbows to the floor, and release it down. Push the hands into the floor, roll yourself back into that child's pose position. Oh, stretching out that lower back and allow it all to release. Lovely. And hands towards your knees. Slowly roll yourself up. Come into your kneeling position. Tall kneeling. Take the arms out in front, palms face each other. Lift towards the ceiling. Really stretch through your fingers, have energy coming out of your fingers. Don't just let them all feel about soft and floppy. Really go for it. So we've got energy through the arms. Reach over to one side. If you're lifting and reaching out of that hip so you feel the ribs lengthen. Ground the knees into the floor. Come back to centre, change sides. Reach long. Really lengthen through your arms. Come back to centre and again other side. Lovely lateral stretch. Coming back to centre, other side. Two more on each side as you reach energy through your fingers. Last one on each side. Ground those knees into the floor, increasing that stretch into your waist. Come back up, look up at your fingers, take them behind you, lifting the chest, open the arms out to the side, bring them down by your side, and again out in front and lift. And then reach long with your fingers, and one more time lift. Open them out to the side. Bring the hands down by your side, reach for your knee, the other hand comes up by the armpit, stretch it down and to the other side, and again reaching long. Two more on each side. Last one. And release. Come back onto your heels. And just a little stretch for the neck. So bring the hands and just clasp them just gently on the back of the head. And just allow the head just to drop down towards your chin. Let the weight of the head allow the head to drop as you feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And allow the weight of the hands just to gently rest on the back of the head. Let the elbows come a little bit closer to them, out to the side. And just let the head release and breathe. Now very gently start to turn towards your right hand side. Let the weight of the hands just rest gently on the back of the head, and just gently press your head back into your hands. Just gently. And allow the chin to drop a little bit deeper, and as you gently press the weight back into the hands, now start to just turn slightly so you look towards the opposite hip. Don't have to move very much until you feel a stretch down the side of the neck. So you're looking towards your opposite hip or underneath the opposite armpit. Gently pressing the weight just gently on the back of the head. Head just rest back into the hands. And then look back where you were towards the same side hip. And then bring your head back to centre. And then take the head over to the other side. Looking towards your hip on the same side that you've just turned to. And just gently press your head back into your hands with about 20% of your strength. Elbows relax. And the weight of the hands to gently press. Just gently on the back of the neck. Just lengthening the back of the neck. And then start to turn the head looking towards the opposite hip. You don't have to move very far at all for you to feel a stretch. Keep breathing. And then turn the head back so it's looking towards the same hip again. And then come back to centre with the head. Gently let the hands come back to the back of the neck. And then slowly Lengthen through the crown of the head as you start to lift the neck and just lift the head. Let it float back into that centre position. Hands rest on your thighs and roll your shoulders. Lovely, and come back the other way, rolling them through. Turn the head to the right hand side. Keeping the chin level as if it's on a tabletop. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, turn it a bit further. Keep breathing, keeping that collarbone open, facing forward. Come back to centre, turn the head to the other side. Collarbone faces forward. Chin is level. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, turn the head a bit further. Slightly bring the shoulder blades together, and then bring the head back to centre. Well done, guys. Good routine today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, let me know, and I'll try and help you out. And I hope you join me tomorrow for another Pilates routine and a little mindset coaching as well, which will be on the same page of the Facebook page. So tomorrow we're going to use the stability ball. So if you've got one, bring it with you. If not, go somewhere like to Argos or Tesco's, and they're fairly cheap to get hold of. Because we're going to use it for quite a few moves tomorrow. Take care. Drink loads of water. I also posted a menu on the Facebook page, so if you've got hold of that, try out some of the recipes if you can. That would be great, and let us know how you get on. And if you've got any recipes of your own that you want to share with us, go ahead. That would be great to hear from you. Take care. Thank you very much. Bye.